If I want to think back to a time I was actually happy, I'd have to go back further than 2017. I always go back to the last years I spent in elementary school, not just because of the nostalgia and innocence, but because of the person that I could have become back then, the potential of the person I could have become back then. I believe that what you're like as a child is who you are as a person in the simplest terms. It's the essence of your person, a simplification of yourself, the default settings of the person you could become. Then, as the years go on, you make choices and you specify yourself, adding details to your character. And later, you can look back and think, what if I made different choices? What details would have replaced the ones that are attached to me now? You as a child is the template you were handed to make something unique of yourself. But in essence, it is the truest version of yourself. Most of my memories from back in elementary school aren't recorded anywhere, since kids having phones wasn't as common back then, which, you know, maybe is for the best. And as a result, I can't go back. The only place some of the memories of that time are stored in is in this book, the Wimpy Kid Do It Yourself book. Now, for those who don't know, this is basically like a diary where you can write hypothetical scenarios in, like which of your classmates is going to become president, but also like your interests at the time, like what's on your mind and stuff. And then the final couple pages you can write in the style of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. I wrote in this from late summer till early autumn in 2013. And when I reread this, I see everything coming back. All the stuff I care most about now. It all began back then. For example, like Dragon Ball Z. The only reason I'm able to speak English this well is because when I was 11 to 12 years old, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z in English without subtitles. You know, I was actually so obsessed with Dragon Ball Z and wanted to be like Goku so much that I did trainings in my room of like sit-ups and push-ups at 11, 12 years old, because one day I just wanted to be as strong as him. And yes, I tried doing the Kamehameha wave multiple times. One of these days it'll work. Besides Dragon Ball Z, my favorite show back then was Doctor Who. My dad introduced me to it during the first season of Matt Smith's Doctor, and at first I was scared to death watching the first episode, but the way the Doctor could fix any situation, no matter how dire, it always made me feel hopeful and warm inside. I still think nothing will ever top the Matt Smith era. Yes, he's better than David Tennant, it's not even a competition. And besides that, my love for Nintendo, and more specifically Pokemon, that never went away. I can't count the amount of hours I played Pokemon Diamond on my DS, but most importantly, Pokemon Black on my 3DS. Being so addicted to the game that I would sneak my Nintendo up to my bedroom when I was told to go to bed, and when mom or dad came to check if I was really asleep, I'd quickly hide it under my pillow. And that's not even mentioning that that was the time you would actually play Minecraft on a hot summer night on your bed, uncaring about anything in the world besides what you were building in that moment. Nothing was more important than the fact that that bridge you were building to your second house had to be perfect. But it's not summer anymore. Not really. those years of 2012 to 2014 when the Lord of the Rings sets came out. Coincidentally enough, I actually found old footage of me doing a review of the first LEGO Lord of the Rings set I ever got, The Mines of Moria. I never ended up posting it, nor even editing it, but I remember I did a million takes for it. I did, however, make a LEGO Lord of the Rings stop motion video once with a friend, which should still be online somewhere, but even I can't seem to find it. Still, I ache to complete my LEGO Lord of the Rings collection. In fact, I couldn't restrain myself and bought this one this summer. Gandalf Arrives. I remember when these were on the shelves, I couldn't give two fucks about this set. But now, this sealed box is one of the most valuable things in the world to me. This sealed box literally contains my childhood within it. But it's not the same anymore. I can keep collecting the sets and I can keep putting them up on my shelves, but I don't have the fantasy to play with them anymore. And I never will again. Because I'm not a kid anymore. Not really. I never stopped wanting to go back to those last years of elementary school. Those last years of untampered youth. I denied the fact that I was growing up ever since then. But I can't deny it any longer. I need to face the future. It's late summer. I'm no longer a teenage kid. And I don't know what to do.
Hey, stop eens en zeg eens, ik ben Olaf en ik speel voor u. Check, ja, check.
This is wrong. I should have never done this. I should have never let you in here. I've revealed too much of myself. The more I dress this room, the more I feel naked. I've said things to the world that I should have kept for me alone. I've said things to my relatives that I would never say to them in real life. I told my mom about my depression. I want you all to leave this room and never come back. Leave me. Get out.